Right, we are here at Tumut Camp Draft. I'm catching up with Steve now. I've done all this rehearsing, got everything sorted. I've got no idea of your surname, Steve.
Steve Condell.
Steve Condell. You have a few roles here today. I think you're actually a competitor, plus you do a bit of broadcast or commentating.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, a bit of announcing and a bit of helping out with the draft, and yeah, have a ride as well.
One of the reasons I'm here and is to raise awareness for what's coming on Nutrien at the Classic Sale, which commences, I think, about roughly for you guys, about the 27th of January, I think. But for the Standardbred part, which I'm promoting as much as anything else, starts that first week, the first week of February, I think it is. It's about the 1st, 2nd and 3rd the sale will be starting from. These camp drafts, they're massive events, aren't they? They're huge.
Yeah, it's really taken off. This is the fastest growing equine sport in the world. So it's just amazing. Like there's so many contestants, and we can't take them all in. It's just growing and growing and growing. It's just such a great atmosphere and family sport, etc. So just everybody's, we've been sort of locked up a little bit with the way the world is, and now we've got the chance to go out and about, and everybody's out and about and having a great time.
An event like this here today, how many, this weekend, it's a 3-day weekend, how many competitors would they have here?
They'd be over 1,500 runs for the weekend, yeah, it would be, for sure. There's nearly 400 horses in this one event alone, and then obviously they're doing today. So we drafted right into the night on Friday night, up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So it's been a big program, but they've done it well.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I love competing. I love meeting up with my friends and bringing the family around to camp drafts and helping out commentating as well. I love everything about it.
So when we get to the Nutrien Classic, you're going to be doing predominantly most of the course and the announcing through the whole, 10 days? Yeah,
just of the camp draft phase of it and the presentations. We do get a bit of a hand along the way. And then we head to the finals, and we bring those finals nights. That's where it really takes off. But it's a big program. It takes a lot of getting through. But yeah, I'll be there calling the shots.
How big is it?
It's the biggest in the country. It really is. It's got the biggest draw, the most atmosphere. You just love it. Everybody wants to go to the Classic and get involved. And yeah, I just love being involved in it.
I like promoting horses. I like promoting anything. I've got my daughter who's a show jumper, does dressage and all the rest. When we pulled up on top of the hill overlooking here, she goes, wow. She's not coming, unfortunately, to Tamworth with me, but it's going to be a double wow, I would imagine.
Yeah. There'll be plenty there, and everybody wants to go. It's on their list, to-do list, and I'm saying to you, if you've never been in the Classic, get out there and go to it, because it is a really great show.
Now, one of the reasons that I've been involved with Nutrien and especially promoting this, one, I promote all horse steering industries and all horse disciplines anyway, but the Standardbred's something very close to my heart. Nutrien have come on board. They've got this great rehoming idea that they came up with. It seemed a little bit harebrained at first. What's the feedback been through with you camp drafters of what's going on? I know I'm going to do an interview with Em very shortly about it, but what's the feedback back been like from you guys, your competitors and your hardcore competitors?
First reactions, it'll be interesting. They say, well, this is, it's so far left field, but they've really selected 6, 7 of the best trainers that they can, who really will put some effort into these horses. You can't, as a trainer and owner of horses, if you train a horse, you can't help but like him and wish something for him a little further down the track. And so here's an opportunity for trainers of your Standardbreds who've spent so much time and effort in these horses and probably dearly do love them, to say, well, now they can go on and do something else in their lives, whether it is camp drafting or station riding or trail riding down the track, but it's just a chance to get out and compete and showcase these horses that there is life after racing and training.
There is life after it, and there's something for participants as well, because I think a lot of participants would actually love a weekend like this just to get away, defuse. Maybe going forward 10 years down the track, there might be plenty of Standardbreds in these classes, like novice classes, and maidens. Doesn't mean they'll win either. I know that, because they're very, very competitive. But it might be something else that competitors, harness racing participants can do. Yeah,
there's all walks of life for people who camp draft. We've got people who work stock for a living every day, and then we've got people who are in offices, and they're plumbers and they're electricians and they're builders. All walks of life have the opportunity to camp draft. It's such an open sport. So, and it's so enjoyable that they just love to come and ride. It's not all about the win. It's just about the competition and the atmosphere and etc.
And one thing I have noticed is a fair bit of trash talk gets labelled around. Brett Welsh, I think, might instigate a fair bit of that between it. But is that commonplace with the camp drafters, or just a select few?
You've got to have a thick skin when you camp draft, because it goes around big time. There's nothing wrong with a bit of sledging. I can tell you, it happens a lot, and we love it. Yeah, it's part of the game that everybody has a go at each other, but just friendly banter all the way along. And the beauty of camp draft is it's just such a family sport that everybody just enjoys each other's company so much. So yeah, if you do have a bit of a bad run, you can have a giggle about it, a bit of a laugh. laugh and chuckle, and somebody will throw one at you every now and again, but that's all part of it.
That is part of it. Right, so if you're tuning into the Nutrien Classic, and I'll be broadcasting as much of it as I can and bringing as much of it to action, but you go to the Nutrien website, I'll update all that as we go along. Steve's voice is the one he's going to hear. What about the hat? We've got to mention the hat too, don't we? Because there's a chance that if we don't mention the hat, you might get into trouble. Is that right?
Not really, but the Classic ladies, they're a big part of the Classic, and they fundraise for various charities each year, and we get the caps out and about. They're on sale, they're a hot property, so give the Classic ladies a plug along the way as we go. So cheerio to them.
Absolutely, look after them. We're going to look after everyone in this horse industry, full stop. And well done, mate. Well done today. You finished riding?
Yeah, I am actually done for the day, so I might go and jump back on the microphone for a while and get this day done, and then we pack up and head home.
Right, Steve, thank you very much.
Yeah, see you at the Classic.
All good, Ems? Rightio, back here at Tumut. Beautiful day, absolutely sensational, spectacular weather. Steve Hart joins me now. Firstly, mate, thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Big show. They tell me it's nothing compared to what I'm about to experience at Nutrien, but she's a big turnout here. It's a good atmosphere, great lot of fun.
It's absolutely fantastic that we actually be able to run with cattle owners and just be able to get together and spend a bit of time together rather than be locked up. It's been and this is one of the better shows down in the southern region.
Huge turnout. What's there? 370 going around in the novice just today.
386 in the novice, and it takes a good while to get through. And our judge is sitting out there concentrating the heat and the flies, so he's doing a good job.
It is a big concern. It's something different. I'm predominantly a standardbred person. I encourage people from all disciplines. My daughter, although she does go to standardbreds as well, she's also show jumper and all the rest. She's just having a ball. One, it's just a good atmosphere. So much to see. So much of a different horse discipline, isn't it?
It's the horses and the cattle. Like the camp drafting is just one part of it. It's a sort of a real family atmosphere. Everyone gets together and catches up, and it's just a good catch up and family event, and people get to mingle, kids get to play, and also we get to compete.
I'm big on kids and keeping kids in the sport. That's one of my mantras is so we can keep, because I have a 15-year-old daughter. I want to keep her. Over the years, you've done a lot with young riders, especially through the Nutrien Classic and the likes going over the journey.
Yeah, we do a lot of horsemanship clinics and camp draft clinics throughout Australia, and just sort of get people to get their foundations right, and within the horsemanship part of it, and then camp drafting, and we just try to put their hands and feet in the right spot, and they go after it themselves. And we've now, as we get older, we've got to try and keep up with those young people coming through.
It is important. As you get older, you want them to nick off so you can win something. I understand that part, but it's important. It's a way that all sports and all industries in the horse game grow and prosper is through the young people, isn't it?
Yeah, and the young people today, they're really dedicated, and they do get out there and prepare themselves, a lot better than what we did when we were growing up. They've got a better class of horse, and better training, better access to the open riders, so to speak, and they're hungry for knowledge.
Do you enjoy it? Do you still enjoy it?
I love it. Yeah, I can't see myself doing anything else. Used to play a lot of football, and now that we can't run around doing that too much, we just camp drafting's it. We'll try and do it until I can't walk.
If people want to get involved with your clinics, where do they go to do that?
Just go onto our website or onto our Facebook page, but we're sort of trying to catch up on all of those at the moment because of the with the COVID and that. We had a lot booked in, and we've just sort of held back a little bit just for everyone's safety, and we'll be jumping back into that, especially during the winter months, when the competition sort of starts to slow down.
Website or your Facebook page? What are the names?
Stephen Hart Performance Horses.
That was simple. I wasn't sure, so I thought we better clarify that. With Nutrien Classic coming up, are you looking forward to that?
Oh, this is one of the main events on our calendar. We, we actually live for it and prepare for it. We've bought horses out there recently for ourselves and for other people, and we're going back up there to compete and look to buy horses, and we've got one to sell as well.
Is it a tricky mix with the standardbreds especially? And I know, like, sometimes people aren't sellers. All of a sudden they put horses on there, but selling horses to say that they're legitimately for sale. But you openly said there you're going to be going to buy. Is it a bit of a tricky mix trying to sell that horse and tell people it's legitimately for sale?
No, not really, because what Nutrien Classic has done, they've educated the buyers to know that. To take your good ones to the Classic. The Classic is the pinnacle, I think, believe in our country in the camp draft world, and if you want to buy a good one, go to the Classic. It's
The prize money's ridiculous too, isn't it?
It's amazing, and it just keeps getting better each year. Mark Barton's, he's sort of just opened up. He's our best friend in camp drafting. He just keeps it coming.
Yeah. He's a lot of fun. He pushes you a lot. He's been sitting back on horseback. He says, "You got to interview this guy. You got to interview." But he does it in such a great way because he knows we've got to keep growing all disciplines.
He's part of our sport, so he understands what we need, what we're looking for, and he's innovative as well. Like he's always looking to ramp things up, and we've just got to keep up with him.
Sponsors are key. You've got Prides on the side. Prides are the major sponsors of the Classic Camp Draft as well.
Prides, I've been associated with Prides for many years, and they're absolutely fantastic. The feed they put together is what they say is in it, and the horses look good for it.
And Barloo Pastoral on the side there, they're good sponsors of yours?
Barloo Pastoral, they've been really amazing to us. We bought 3 horses last year, and they were all top class horses. 2 of those are going back to the Classic to compete this year, and they're looking to buy a couple more just to ramp up their breeding program and competition to put horses to put on the truck.
Yeah, which is good. It's a flash truck too. It's a very very nice truck. With the breeding and people improving the breeding, does that improve the competition?
Just to keep up with the average run of camp drafters now, the only way you can do is be better prepared. Have your horses, have a good class of horses, have your foundation right, and just and try to work and get out do some clinics and mix with the good guys and girls and just get that information there. It's easy.
And then keep going, go to the right sales and go there. Cinch is the other one. What's Cinch? I don't know what they are.
Cinch is a clothing product, and they've looked after us for many years, and they dress us, and they have been absolutely amazing too. Cinch is shirts, socks, underwear, jeans. They're an American company, and the guys in Australia, Cinch Australia, looks after me over here.
Yeah, very good. You've got to look after them all. I have no worries there at all. The Standardbreds competing at the Nutrien Classic this year, something, I think it was initially a bit of a novelty event. I've interviewed Emma and Scott both here today. Feedback from a person outside of it. Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, it's going to be a hoot. The big thing. The other guys have got to look out for is Ian Laurie. He's actually taking it quite serious, and we were in a final last weekend, and he had his Standardbred in that final, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's got his Standardbred going really well, so it's the other guys have better ramp their program up to keep up with him.
He's a bit of a quiet achiever. He just says, "Oh no, I'm not interested. Oh, I'm not interested." He's just chipping away nicely, isn't he?
Ian Laurie's the fox. We can all learn from Ian. He can put tough cattle around, and when he's got a good cow, then you've got to try and keep up as well. He's amazing. One of
the most, I suppose, the best bit of feedback that I've got and heard. Everyone wants to beat this bloke, Brett Welsh. Is there something in that?
Oh, Brett Welsh, he's a comedian, but first and foremost, he's a great competitor. He can talk, and he's got. He'll be at home trying to get his Standardbred to keep up with Ian and Emma and Scott, and I think there's I just forgot who else has got one in. Michael Wilson and Megan Hopkins. Yeah, all a great lineup of riders. They're all amazing in their own right, but from the footage I've seen. Ian Laurie's out in front by a fair way at the moment.
He's got the maiden that hasn't been around too, but he does. And I saw him the other day. He looks absolutely terrific. Yeah. I did an interview with Michael the other day at just an online one, and he's not really worried where he finishes as long as he beats Brett home, and Scott sort of said the same thing. So the trash talk is there, which is going to be fun. But I think it's great from you guys are camp drafters to realistically let Standardbreds into your home. I think is enormous, and I think it's just a great achievement by everyone. Harness Racing New South Wales for getting behind it as well, providing everyone with it. We've got to give close sponsor Ringers Western. They're getting behind it as well. I think it's an enormous thing, and I think from all from a harness person to all the camp drafters, for trying to make this happen, I think it's just terrific.
Oh, just be able to, for everyone to be involved, just not camp drafters. There's people there that comes to the sale to look for horses just to go for trail rides, mustering, working cow horse. There's also team sorting. Yeah, there's a number of different outlets people are looking to come to buy the horses there. So it's just not camp drafting per se, you know. And the incentive that Nutrien put up there, it's there's an opportunity for you to go and buy a horse for most disciplines there.
Steve, I better let you go, mate. You won't have too long to go. They won't nearly be finished. You're in the final. I think Bardo missed out, so that's okay. You can rub his nose in that part, but you won't be far off. How are you going to go?
Oh, we'll just see what cow presents up there, and we'll try our best.
Steve, thank you very much.
Been a pleasure. Thank you.
Hollywood. Rightio. Back here at Tumut Camp Draft, catching up. Bloke, a few of me trotting guys would actually remember from the first sale at Melbourne, Simon, or Dotty, as they call you. Firstly, welcome back to Campbells Comments, or welcome to Campbells Comments.
Thank you very much.
Big show here, isn't it? A big camp draft. There's horses everywhere. It's they're big affairs. I think a lot of the harness people, when they saw you guys rock up last year to the Nutrien sale, they probably thought, geez, this is a big affair. It's a bit small compared to what you guys are used to. These are big shows, aren't they?
Yeah, this is one of the biggest shows in the south. Yeah, everyone comes from far and wide to here, but we were the same when we went to Melbourne to the yearling sales for the Standardbreds. We just couldn't get over the types and the number and how well behaved they were. We done a heap of leading of them, and yeah, so I think all horse industry sports have got big.
You're a bit of a constant here for Nutrien and the likes. You do a lot. Bardo was telling me at the classic sale coming up, you pretty much work all day, every day. He doesn't let you stop.
He's a bit of a slave driver, but we enjoy it.
He throws a lot of things at you, doesn't he, from time to time?
Yeah, you just let a few go through the keeper and pick out the stuff you want to do, and yeah, no, we enjoy it. We love doing it.
Anyone wants to know, I've got a list of notes about this long, and he expects me to remember everything. I was flat out remembering Simon's name if he saw I started, and then I had to remember it later on. Firstly, competing here over the weekend, how have you gone?
Yeah, all right. I've got lucky to get 2 in the novice finals. Missed out open finals yesterday by a point, but that's just camp drafting, and you have your good weekends and you have your bad weekends, and you just take it in your stride. Otherwise, you're going to be a very unhappy person for a long time. Drafting is one of those sports that feather dusted today and roosted tomorrow.
The one thing I've found is that everyone enjoys it. Everyone has fun. It doesn't matter where you run. Like I ask people, how have you gone? It doesn't really mean a lot to them. It's just the good weekend. Obviously, you want to make finals, and there's a lot more goes on to it. There's a big business behind it as well. But eventually, initially, it is just have some fun and enjoy the weekend.
I think it's just a great family sport. Like, we've got 2 girls. They're growing up. One lives in Queensland now, but they grew up through the drafting sport. Last night they were all at the bar having a bit of fun, but they don't cause any trouble. And I think that's the main thing of the sport, and the friendship, and everyone will help you somewhere. Like, if something goes wrong, someone's there to help you, and yeah, it's just a family sport, and I think a weekend to get away.
I agree, and I said that before to Steve. I'm pretty sure it's Steve Hart. I've got too many S's going through me, mate. My heads. You're all S's here today. I don't know if you're aware of that, but I actually said that to Steve, that it's you know, like, everyone seems to just, it's a business. Everyone has fun, but it's just such a nice, relaxed lifestyle. A lot of kids coming through too, which is one thing I have noticed.
Yeah, this is probably the last couple of years. Probably been the biggest lot of kids for a long time. Like, yeah, there's a lot of kids out there. So COVID, see, everyone started breeding.
I don't think it's happened that quick.
No, not really.
You do a lot behind the scenes here. Your wife is actually up there. She was commentating for a while. I had my camera over the top of her, probably knocking her head off a couple of times. But you guys volunteer a lot of your time at Classic. Like I said, you're going to be working the whole time. But do you look forward to that Classic sale and what's going to be on offer?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Like, Debbie likes to sit there the whole show and watch, and I can't do that. That's how I got involved with hunting the cattle off and helping out where I can. It's just the biggest thing that's helped our industry as far as the horse sports go, and the price of horses, and everyone looks forward to it, and the quality of the horse and the training of the horses has got so big now that, you know, you've got to be right on the job. So, yeah, I think it's the best thing that's ever happened to the horse industry.
It's becoming big business too. One of these two here is a colt. I think a young colt, is it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. Learning the caper and getting out and about. But you've had stallions over the journey. Like, it is a big venture now with the sale, especially, like the catalogues out. You've got all the pedigrees going through. It's very, very competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We're lucky enough to have Excel a lot of people know. And stallions are a funny thing. People like to knock them, but I always say, if I don't ask anyone to ride them, I'm riding them. They're my horses. But he's been very good to us. Mares we draft by him. We've been lucky, and it's just, it's just a big industry to breed. And then Nutrien has made it a bigger breeding concept. I
actually can't wait to get there. I think it's going to be so much fun. Everyone keeps telling me it's bigger than what you think. It doesn't matter how big I think it's going to be. It's actually so much bigger than that. But just everything else that goes on behind the scenes, and people like yourselves that help out all the time is going to be, make part of it as much fun. From what I can gather, it's big business, but it's also a lot of fun.
And you've got to help out. You'll get people going crook, they don't get entries in, but they'll come to a draft and won't get on a front gate and won't get on a side gate or won't help out, and we don't do it so we get in next time. We do it because you do it that's the part of the sport, that it's a family sport and you help out where you can, and it is. That's part of the game. You get in and help each other, and no matter where you are, you help.
What about the Standardbreds? That's one of the things I'm trying to promote. It's going to be something very novel at the Classic. 6 Standardbreds going round. It's going to be a bit of fun.
Yeah, I've only sort of followed in Laurie's horse. I'm good friends with Emma O'Shea, but I haven't sort of spotted that one yet. But Mark tells me it's in the finals here in a minute. But I've followed in Laurie's horse, and he's a bit of an old fox, and he'd get a donkey around, but he's got the horse going pretty nice, and he's finaled, and and I couldn't get over the type of the Standardbreds when we went to Melbourne. You could have showed half of them, yep. And I was very impressed with them, and just to go down and help out, and got flogged with a whip and may get the work a bit harder, but no, they really impressed me, and I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of pleasure out of watching the Standardbreds go round, and I think they've had the trainers have to work them out, what every horse is different. You've got to work out what horse you got, and I think it'll be fun.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think well done. I keep saying well done to all you guys for embracing the Standardbreds. I think it's something, some people are training them, some people aren't, but everyone's aware of it, and I think it's just terrific from Nutrien's point of view what they've done. But I think the Camp Draft is embracing something very different, very novel into the bigger sale. I think it's brilliant. So well done. Look forward to seeing you there, mate. I might put the microphone in front of you again. You know that, don't you?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simon.
No worries. Thanks for that.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Good on you.